Welcome to Seder Sports, a podcast all about Scecina sports. I'm Mr. Tooley. In today's episode, we'll preview the boys basketball team as they begin their season. The football team is still going strong, so we'll also check back in with them as they prepare for a huge semi-state showdown. The boys basketball team will open their season tomorrow with a scrimmage at New Palestine. With that in mind, Coach Miller, Layden Adair, and Jordan Porter stopped by the 007 studio. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Appreciate you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, it's good to be here.
So let's get right into it. Basketball season is starting. What are you looking forward to about the scrimmage?
I feel like we have a lot of young guys on the team this year since the football team is still in season. So I'm really looking forward to see how practice has allowed them to develop as players and, get better against older guys and see what they do.
Adding on to what Layden said, I just want to see how everything flows this season with all the new players because we got a bunch of new faces.
And I think the thing that we're most looking forward to as a coaching staff, some of these guys will be their first varsity competition. And New Pal's got a pretty good team. Their football team lost last Friday night to Cathedral, so they'll have all their players back. And it'll be a great opportunity for some of our younger guys to be able to compete at a pretty high level.
All right, sounds good. So last year's team finished with an 8-15 record and went 3-4 in conference. I'm sure you all want more this year. What might make this season better?
I feel like we left last season off on a good foot. I feel like since we had a lot of young guys last year that were playing their first varsity games, they now had the experience under their belt to be able to come back and make a bigger impact. So I feel like we're kind of going to be discounted since we have had such a not so great record, but I feel like we're going to have a great turnaround this year since we have a lot of people with a lot more skill.
One other thing too, so last year our starting five in our sectional game were all underclassmen. So we've got all the starters back, which I think is a great thing. They've got that experience under their belt. And even that, Layden right now is our only senior that's not playing football that's coming back as a starter. So, the next few years I think we could be pretty good. And our conference is going to be a tough conference again, and our sectional's loaded again this year. So, but I think we've got a chance to maybe, if we keep our composure and play as hard as we can, we've got a chance to knock some people off this year.
All right, so looking more for improvement from within then.
Correct.
All right, great. Who are some standout players that you think might kind of carry the load for the team this year?
I'll start with this. So, Layden is one of those guys that since his freshman year has been one of the leaders of that senior group, and I think he's going to be called on to do a lot of things. One of his best attributes, I think, is his ability to play great defense. Colleges are looking at him because of that, because of his strength. So I think Layden's going to have a chance to do some good things for us. Keaton Tebow and Mason Beriault are two juniors for us this year that'll be coming back once football season's done. I think both of those guys, they both shot the ball well this summer, and both have improved on the defensive end as well. And they're bigger, stronger, and we're pretty excited about the football team continuing to win. People ask me that every day, like, man, doesn't this stink that the football team's winning? You can't get those guys. And I think it's the exact opposite for our basketball program. Those guys are playing in big-time games against big-time opponents and learning how to win. And so I think it's going to really benefit us when we're able to get them back on the basketball floor. We're excited too. I mean, what a great thing to be playing in semi-state, having a chance to go to play for a state championship.
Awesome. Sounds good. Who's an off-the-radar player who might contribute this season?
Jordan Porter.
Yeah, I'll take this one too. So Jordan is a guy who led our JV team last year and had a great summer this summer. I think he's really improved on the defensive end, really good at attacking the basket, and so we're excited to see him. And we've got a couple of kids. We've got a transfer in from Pike, Martez Boykin, who's a sophomore. Kid that really brings it every day in practice, works hard, very coachable. And then a freshman in Caleb Milan, who I think is he's 6'7", 190 pounds and long. and he's got some pretty good hands, and I think he's going to be helpful to us. And then another guy that's going to be called on early with the situation that we're in is Seth, Trimble, Sunderland. Another kid that's pretty tall, 6'5" now, and we think that he's going to have a chance to make an impact in our first several games of the year and hopefully continue that.
All right. So you mentioned earlier the football team making the run and being excited about that. And you're talking about other people having to step. Is that how that's going to impact your seasons early on? Or are other people going to have to step up and fill those roles for those players that would normally be starting your season but are still finishing up football?
Yeah, so we'll play Irvington Prep next Wednesday night, and we've kind of got our starting five figured out for that, assuming that they're all healthy. But that night, we'll be looking at Jordan and Layden both starting, and then Martez Boykin, Caleb Milan, and Seth Trimble Sunderland will be our five starters. And then we've got some pretty good guys coming off the bench as well. So another freshman, Joel Alarkin, will be coming off the bench for us. Aaron Florence will also be playing, and Gavin Lowry will also be some guys coming off. And then, once we get guys like Mason and Jalen Long's another one that I didn't mention earlier, but get those guys back on the floor, I think it'll only make us a deeper team with these guys having a chance to get some varsity experience at a pretty young age. And so we could be pretty deep this year, probably 10 guys that could really fight for playing time throughout the season.
That sounds like a good problem to have.
Yeah.
So you're trying to pack the house. You mentioned the Irvington Prep home opener. I know it's kind of your theme for that opener. What can fans expect to see that night?
Coming from a player standpoint, I feel like they're going to see a lot of energy. We've been practicing a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, long, hard hours on just talking, being real in tune with each other. I feel like we're learning each other a lot, especially with young guys. I feel like the best thing about them being able to play now is that they're kind of developing the right kind of habits early on. So I feel like for that Irvington game, they're going to be hungry, we're going to be hungry, and I feel like it's going to be a great season opener.
One other thing, so about that pack the house night, there are very few gyms in the state of Indiana anymore that sell out their gyms, and we've actually counted every seat, 1,432 seats in there. And so if we could get a standing room only crowd, we've blocked out a little bit of room for the pep band, a little bit of room for the cheerleaders, a little bit of room for the two teams. But all in, we probably need to sell about 1,300 tickets to be able to do that. And we'd love to see our student body come out that night. I think also it would be great to see people out supporting our football team. Hopefully those guys, that could be a pep rally night type of thing from a community standpoint, as those guys are fighting for a state championship. And that's our hope and our expectation for that evening. So we think it could be a really fun night that night. It's the night before Thanksgiving. A lot of college kids might be back, and we'd love to see everybody out that night. So if we could get 300 to 400 of our students out there that night, I think it would be a blast, and people would have a lot of fun. We are going to have face painting, so the art department's going to do that for little kids or for high school kids, and so come ready to cheer us on.
All right. Sounds really good. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
I just feel like I want to tell everybody, don't discount us this year. I feel like we've been slept on a lot in the past couple of years, but we've been working really hard, in the summer, now. And I feel like all your support, that you guys are giving the football team, I want that to carry over to the season. As much as we supported you guys, I hope you guys continue to support us. And as much as we give, I hope we get it back. So, go Crusaders.
I'm going to add on to what Layden said, and it's just going to be a really exciting season, and I hope everybody enjoys what we got in store.
And I'll wrap up with this too. So Layden, was one. So didn't recruit Layden. He was already coming here to school, but he was one of the first guys that we had a chance to see when I was just coming into the program as a coach. And Layden did a tremendous job that year with his freshman program, and then has continued to develop. And I can still also remember, since Jordan's on the show today, going and watching Jordan play in 8th grade. People had told us about Jordan, and we were getting the chance to go see him develop at that point in time. And he was a leader back in 8th grade, and it's exciting to see how he's developed gotten stronger, bigger, faster, and it's becoming much more coachable over the last couple of years, and is just doing a tremendous job. So I'm excited to see these two guys play, both this weekend when we scrimmage New Pal and then when we tip off the season. And then immediately following, we're going to be playing in the Thanksgiving tournament over at Cambridge City Lincoln on that Saturday following Thanksgiving. So we're still trying to work that around depending on when the football team's going to play. We may try to move our game and adjust it a little bit so our guys can be at the football game. But regardless, we're playing that weekend. So
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, guys, and good luck with your scrimmage tomorrow and with your season.
thanks for hosting us, and we look forward to being on the show a few more times this year.
That's right. All right. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
There you have it, Crusaders. Come pack the house on the 24th for that boys basketball home opener. Speaking of packing the house, you'll want to do that tonight for the football team. Last week, the team brought home a regional title with a big win at Lafayette Central Catholic. So with that, we're bringing back our guests from last week, Mason Beriault and Luke Soultz. Welcome back again, guys.
It's good to be here.
Thank you.
It feels like the same drill, but how'd it feel to win the regional and bring home another trophy?
Well, it's always nice to bring back some hardware, and the regional trophy was a little bigger than the sectional one, so.
Yeah, it felt amazing. We had another long drive, so it was definitely nice getting a win because we were all joking around back. Made the drive a little bit easier, but yeah, it just felt awesome. So.
All right. A lot of people seem to think that the LCC game would be a tougher challenge for you guys after Centerville, and I know even some people predicted us to lose that game, even get blown out. But you guys dominated them, it seemed like even more than Centerville. How were you able to win by 3 touchdowns?
We had a good game plan going in defensively. They had a really strong offense and probably one of the better ones we've seen all year. And we just had a real strong game plan going in, and offensive line had a great game. We were able to run the ball all over the place. Daquan had a big game. And everyone just really did their part and worked out well.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I feel like we just executed, like not perfectly, but we just executed, really well. They were their quarterback was really good, and they had some good receivers, and they were able to do some like little slants and screens, but we took away like the majority of their weapons, and and then the offense really clicked. And I think I don't want to say we only won by 3 touchdowns, but I feel like the score wasn't even like an accurate representation of the game. It was just like we were just in control the whole game. It was good.
Yeah, and it probably helps when you jump right out to that 13-0 lead at the beginning, kind of set the tone, help your defense out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you guys are playing Evansville Mater Dei this weekend, the semi-state. Like LCC, they're another historically good football program. They actually happen to be from my hometown. I went to Evansville Rice, and Mater Dei was our huge rival, both West Side schools. So I happen to know their program, and they're pretty good. They've been in a lot of big games. What do you guys think the outlook is for this game?
I mean, it's similar to last week and the week before. These are games where Evansville's a really good team, and like we got to respect all their talent and stuff. But it's just another game where we really got to focus on ourselves, and we have all the talent we need to win. So it's really just going to be. I don't want to say we're playing ourselves because they're definitely capable of making plays, but as long as we do what we can do, what we've been doing, then we're gonna win. So.
Yeah, I think Mason hit it right on the head. They're a good program. They've been good all season. I don't think they have a single 2A team in their regular season schedule, so they play a tough schedule and we're pretty successful. But like Mason said, I feel like we have more talent. We have the talent to go to next week at Lucas Oil, and we just got to do our thing.
All right. Yeah, being from Evansville, I know what you mean about the no 2A. They're all larger schools. A lot of them are the public schools. So Rice is 4A. They play Castle in 5A. Evansville Memorial's still in it for 3A. I don't know, Mater Dei played them. So, yeah. All right. This time we are playing at home. I know the last couple of games have been on the road, and you guys have had some long trips. This time they get the long trip, about 3 hours almost. So how do you think that will help us? They chose to play on Friday night rather than wait until Saturday. Do you think that'll help when they come up here and get off a bus and have to play a football game?
I think it will because, well, for a couple reasons. One, they're driving 3+ hours to play. Two, they're coming into our home atmosphere, and the weather down there has been a little warmer this week. I don't think they'll be as ready for the cold like we were, and yeah.
Yeah, it definitely makes a big difference. We've had 2 long drives in the past 2 weeks, and it sucks. It's it's hard to stay focused on the bus. We were able to do it, but we all, past 2 weeks we've been excited to play at home. So yeah, definitely gonna be tough for them, but it's good for us. So.
All right. How much do you think the crowd support, just having hopefully a larger crowd, will help being at home?
Fans have made the trip both times, and there's been good crowds at both the sectional and regional games. So
I think we had more fans than LCC
Yeah,
did.
probably.
Definitely more students.
yeah, I just imagine it'll be twice that size on Friday,
Yeah.
hopefully, and
I hope so.
it'll be fun to play in.
All right. So speaking of that home crowd, what do you want to say to the fans about showing up for this semi-state game?
It'd be good to see you guys there. We're gonna put on a show for everybody. It's one thing that Coach Hurley's made important. Like my whole career here is to just play hard no matter what, up 100, down 100. So we're always gonna give our effort, and hopefully the scoreboard's in our favor. But it's gonna be a good game no matter what. So.
Yeah, fans have made the trip the past 2 weeks, and I just imagine it'll be twice that size on Friday, hopefully, which will be nice for us. It'll be a fun atmosphere.
All right. There you go, Crusaders. Get loud and proud as always, and turn up at the game tonight. Thanks for coming on, guys, and good luck.
Thank you.
With football making a run and basketball starting up, it's a great time to be a Scecina sports fan. I'm Mr. Tooley, and until next week, go Satyr Sports.